Hi, how's it going? I got a job. I haven't worked for an actual paycheck in 18 years. Um, Other than, you know, of course we have our business, but I don't do the actual physical labor in that. So this was a big deal to me. I wanted to see if I could do it. Would my fatigue for multiple sclerosis, be a problem for me? Would my PTSD, mentally, would that be a problem for me? Um, would I be able to handle it? Could my body do this? And, I was only seasonal and only about 8 hours a week, but I did it. And it may not seem like much, but to me, this is a huge deal. It's a massive win for me, and very proud of myself. So, I worked at the local greenhouse. I worked mornings, and I just watered the flowers, deadheaded, labeled plants that came in that needed to go out on the shelf. I had a lot of fun. I met a lot of people, a whole new group of people. Overall, it was a really great experience, and I hope to do it next year. It was a lot of fun. Was it hard? Yeah, it was hard. For a normal person working 4 hours a day, twice a week, it would be, nothing. Younger me, it would have been nothing, but standing for long periods of time, because of my multiple sclerosis, but I was able to stand and do my job, and I'm personally glad it was only 4 hours, because by hour 3, I was in a lot of pain and pushed through it to hour 4, and it was good for me. And we'd made the decision a long time ago that I would be a stay-at-home mom and wife, and it was something that I'd always wanted to do. Ever since I was a little kid, I always wanted to be, a stay-at-home mom, stay-at-home wife. My kids haven't been in school for 10 years. They graduated about 10 years ago, and I get bored sometimes. So I'm always looking for a new hobby or project to do, and I thought, well, what if I make a little money this time? And I did. A lot of people don't talk about, MS has a way of locking you in a box and throwing away the key, and you're stuck in that box forever. And it wasn't until my Ocrevus treatment that my anxiety lifted. Seems like it almost disappeared. Like, I have no problem walking up to somebody and talking to them now. Unfortunately, not everybody wants to talk to me, but yeah, I'm doing well. I'm doing good. Another thing I was worried about was one of my symptoms for multiple sclerosis is heat sensitivity. So when I get heat sensitivity, I'm at risk of having another relapse, and various things happen. I get nauseous, I get weak, I get fatigued, really tired, can't stay awake, and I start to go blind. And then after that, if I let it go on too long, I would probably, start losing, control of my limbs and stuff. So I bought a cooling vest, and it has been an absolute life changer. I'm so glad. I'm so pleased with that I bought that. And I even wore it last week in the house when it was 90 degrees last week, and so it worked out pretty well. If you have heat sensitivity, you should definitely look into buying a cooling vest. So yeah, I got a job. And what else have I been doing? I made raspberry jam last week. We have tons of raspberries. Our bush is loaded with raspberries. Last year, our first year, we had a few raspberries because we just planted it. And last year, my husband cut the canes, and we had no raspberries. So this year, I said, don't touch it, and we're loaded with raspberries this year. So probably make a whole bunch of raspberry things. So that's what I've been up to. Not a whole lot, just small town living. So I hope you guys have a good day. Bye.